We start with utilizing the FireWise philosophy, and it's creating a defensible space around your home, your residence. We always suggest, using a 30-foot buffer around the perimeter, and then trimming anything up from the ground up to 15 feet, making sure that you have flammable or combustibles away from the side of your home. And then if you're ever doing any updating on landscaping, consider what you're planting near your house. And if you're in a position where you might be considering replacing your roof. A lot of homes that were built in the late 80s, early 90s are cedar shake. Certainly that's not a recommended replacement strategy, so utilizing a composition roofing. And then any other scenarios around making sure that your house is properly addressed and it's visible for response crews. Some folks who have long driveways, the assumption is we know exactly where you're at when we're coming through at night, but if your address is not posted in a very visible location, that can definitely delay our response. Certainly with the recent published of the updated WUI map, you mentioned squawk, tiger, and cougar mountains that surround the city proper of Issaquah, but you also have some very densely populated areas up in Tallis and Issaquah Highlands. Although new construction and not a lot of dense forest in the midst of that, it still is encompassed by that. So those are some areas making sure that wildfire mitigation strategies are taking place on the bordering of those communities. The other piece too, there needs to be some work around, there was the ready, set, go philosophy of early warning, and making sure that the residents really understand the severity around that, and they do take note and evacuate when directed, so that it allows fire crews to focus on the fire and not potentially folks who are left behind and then end up calling 911 subsequently because they're trapped in their home. Anything that's really hard to recreate, so a passport, ID, maybe some insurance paperwork, maybe some specific family heirlooms, and it just needs to be some really small go pack. I would equate it to what people keep in potentially a locked storage area. So when thinking about assembling a go bag, making sure that you have medications in there, consider your pets, small pet carriers at the ready, and then certainly food for your pets as well. I wouldn't say a ready, set, go philosophy is to make sure you get the 70-inch flat screen TV off the wall, the sound system, nothing like that. We would always encourage folks to call 911 and report that. Even if it's to err on the side of caution, we encourage that. We'll send a crew out to investigate it. There might be something already burning in the area where our dispatch can report back. And for Issaquah residents, there's a lot of information that gets pushed out on social media, Issaquah TV. So if there is a need to evacuate, we will definitely be working collaboratively with our social media platforms and Eastside Fire and the City of Issaquah so that we can get that message out early. So another consideration around evacuation is to take only one vehicle. The roads are already going to be heavily traveled, so be considerate of that. And then also check on your elderly neighbors to make sure that, that they have the help that they need, or maybe some assistance in evacuating. If you're looking for more information, there's a lot of things out there that encourage you to prioritize and self-educate. Go to your city websites, go to Eastside Fire and Rescue, and then also to put yourself in a position for early alerts, register with King County for the alert system.